Today we are going to look at the ancient architecture of Dubai and the modern-day architecture, day and night, in this video.
Abra Creek Crossing. The bustling Dubai Creek has been the lifeblood of locals for generations, as the favored site for early settlers and where the city's first port and pearling industry thrived. Today, it is still a lively spot, continuing to attract visitors year-round. For just AED 127 United States cents, you can hop aboard one of many traditional ferry boats, known as abras, to cross the creek that separates BurJuman from Deira, Dubai's city center. The journey is one of the most affordable yet authentic experiences in the city. An abra, which means to cross, in Arabic, runs every few minutes throughout the day between 4 stations along Dubai Creek. The first route goes from Deira Old Souk Abra Station, near the Spice Souk, to BurJuman Abra Station, west of the Textile Souk. The second, much busier route, runs continuously from alseef Abra Station, just southwest of Baniyas Square, to Dubai Old Souk Abra Station. Explore Old and New Dubai. Each abra, or water taxi, holds about 20 passengers, with 150 boats working the 2 routes between Deira and BurJuman, starting around 6 a.m. every day. Every crossing on the now motorized boats only takes about 5 minutes. Simply buy a one-way ticket, or you can even hire your own abra for an hour to explore further up the waterway. Riders usually sit on a central wooden bench for the short journey across. Take a trip in the mornings to observe local merchants drop anchor for trade, wooden dhow boats parked in a colorful array and the occasional ships sail past. Admire spectacular views of old Dubai including traditional houses, wind towers and minarets. These sites are interspersed with signs of the city's trajectory towards modern living, featuring landmarks like the Deira Twin Towers and hotels or commercial buildings in glass facades gleaming against the water. Spend a day along the creek immersing yourself in the historic side of Dubai or experience more of the city from the water. Explore the best of old Dubai traditional markets. Authentic meals and cultural experiences await in Dubai's historic areas. Time travel in the Heritage Quarter. Journey into Dubai's past with a visit to the Heritage District located on the banks of the Dubai Creek. Once the entryway to the Gulf's most successful pearl diving port, the creek's legendary presence is still felt today as fishermen and merchants crisscross the calm waters in their traditional dhows. This neighborhood is home to some of the city's finest cultural gems. If you explore, you'll find XVA Art Gallery that showcases contemporary Arabian works, and the Sheikh Mohammed Center for Cultural Understanding, where visitors can learn more about Emirati traditions. Nearby is the Al-Fahidi Fort. Officially constructed in 1781, it's the oldest building in the city. Al-Fahidi is also dotted with quaint cafes and eateries offering up delightful bites. For an authentic taste of Emirati cuisine, head to Arabian Tea House, or stop by the Coffee Museum to learn all about the drink's rich history while savoring special local blends. Tradition meets modernity at Dubai's alseef. Walk along the banks of the Dubai Creek and you will find yourself in alseef, a charming example of how past and present blend in perfect harmony in Dubai. Revealing both sides of the city, the district stretches for 1.8 km along the creek's banks and features gleaming modern facades at one end and a flashback to the past on the other, complete with winding alleys of stone and gypsum structures. After a stroll to take in the inspired setting, make time for some souk-style shopping. This is one of the best places in the city to pick up unique souvenirs such as Arabian perfumes, with specialist stores selling oud-based creations and novel blends that are sure to impress. Feeling peckish? Dine on the rooftop terrace of Mamakanyan restaurant at alseef for perfect panoramic shots of the creek with traditional dhow boats sailing past. Every day is market day in Deira. Is there a more iconic emblem of Arabia than Dubai's famous souks? Since the city's early days, merchants from neighboring countries would sail in to peddle their wares here, and today, gold, perfumes and textiles are still sold in the storied markets of Deira. The greatest sensory feast comes from the spice souk, which is alive with vibrant colors and aromas of some of the world's most prized spices. Here, stalls are heaped high with celebrated spices, herbs and seasonings. Be sure to purchase a packet of za'atar, the region's popular thyme-based herb mix used to flavor breads and meats, and don't leave without a platter of Dubai's famous dates. Remember, souks tend to close for a long lunch break, so it's best to visit in the early evenings or late afternoons. Discoveries await at Al Shindiga. Combine your souvenir shopping with a dose of history at Al Shindiga, one of the city's oldest neighborhoods, which is enjoying a welcome revival at the moment. Visitors keen to venture off the beaten track will be treated to a host of historic gems, such as the official residence of Sheikh Saeed Al Maktoum, the once ruler of Dubai and grandfather of the present ruler, that was originally constructed in 1896. Nearby is the Al Shindiga Museum, that tells the tale of the city's seafaring routes in evocative detail, as well as the Saruq al-Hadid Archaeological Museum that showcases exhibits dating back to the Iron Age, recently excavated from a desert site in Dubai. There are several other museums and cultural surprises tucked away in this district, so dedicate a day to exploration and see the city from fresh perspectives. Walk around Al Bastakia Quarter. The historic quarter of Al Bastakia dates back to the 19th century and is the oldest residential quarter in Dubai. Visitors can walk around the maze-like streets and admire the original architecture of this neighborhood established by merchants. The buildings were completed with wind towers, evidence of a time before air conditioning. These days, the quarter is no longer the residence of merchants using the Dubai Creek for trade. However, it is populated with several attractions for visitors, like art galleries and traditional retailers. Admire local art at the XVA Gallery. Perhaps one of the most unique and interesting attractions in Al Bastakia is the XVA Gallery. Here you can check out the local art scene and learn more about international artists. The gallery brings exhibitions from important artists of the region and a touch of art to the traditional and historical neighborhood. The contrast of the colorful and eye-catching pieces on the old construction, originally built with materials such as coral, is an interesting blend between art and history. Visit the Coffee Museum. For coffee lovers from all over the world, the Coffee Museum in Al Bastakia is a dream destination. This museum brings together regional and international flavors to offer visitors a cozy and elegant coffee drinking experience amid traditional architecture. Some of the more popular styles offered by the Coffee Museum are local Arabic coffee, Ethiopian coffee and Japanese coffee. In addition to the coffee to be tasted, visitors can admire antique artifacts and learn more about coffee roasting and brewing. Have a traditional lunch in an Arabic tea house. The Basta Art Cafe is a charming cafe in the heart of the Old Quarter, offering a comfortable and chic atmosphere in the traditional buildings of Al Bastakia. This is a perfect spot to try typical Arabic food and further indulge in the region's culture. Also known as the Arabian Tea House, it has an outdoor terrace where you can enjoy regional dishes for breakfast, lunch and dinner, giving visitors the opportunity to get a taste of Dubai in one of its most historic sites. Visit the Dubai Museum. Perhaps Dubai's most popular museum, the Dubai Museum was built inside the historic Al-Fahidi Fort, which dates back to 1787. The fort played a massive part in Dubai's history, having originally been the residence of a monarch, as well as holding the role of an arsenal and a prison. Today, the museum invites visitors to walk through several models of what Dubai was like in the past, providing an immersive experience for tourists to see how the city has become what it is today. Souvenir shop at the souk. There's plenty of choice in Dubai when it comes to buying souvenirs for those back home. The city offers a variety of traditional items, anything from the typical gifts such as magnets and mugs to more unique items such as camel milk soap and Emirati clothing. The souk is a fantastic place to shop for all kinds of souvenirs for the whole family. Unlike stores in malls, shopping at this traditional market gives tourists the opportunity to haggle and get the best possible price. Where the old meets the new. This is the tagline of alseef Dubai, as it covers a span of about 1.8 kilometers spread into different phases. There's an area where it's modern, and there's an area where you can see wind towers and stones, which reflects back to the history of the UAE. It's really blended well that it's perfect for a relaxing stroll, especially at night. Al-Seef has retained the charm of old Dubai. The creekside area is rich in history and culture, as this is where pearl divers, fishermen, and tradesmen started. Here you can find the spice souk, al-bastakia, gold souk, etc. While Dubai will always come up with new and modern destinations, I'm really happy that they developed this new place while keeping its charm and history. It was a bit busy during our visit as it was a Friday and families headed out to enjoy and make the most of the cold winter season. It was nice to see children playing and families bonding. What's great is that this is easily accessible via metro station, BurJuman, and it doesn't cost you if you just want to take a leisurely walk. Dubai is one of the world's leading tourism destinations, and tourism in Dubai is a major source of revenue. The city hosted 14.9 million overnight visitors in 2016. In 2018, Dubai was the fourth most visited city in the world based on the number of international visitors. In 1989, the Dubai Commerce and Tourism Promotion Board was established to promote Dubai as a luxury destination for the up-tier market and influential business sectors. In January 1997, it was replaced with the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing (DTCM). In May 2013, the government of Dubai launched the Dubai Tourism Strategy 2020, with the key objective to attract 20 million visitors a year by 2020 and making Dubai a first-choice destination for international leisure travelers as well as business travelers. 7. In 2018, the strategy was expanded by setting new goals of attracting 21 to 23 million visitors in 2022 and 23 to 25 million visitors by 2025.